did a craft together today. So I brought my teacher bag to the playhouse. Should we see what's inside? I've got all my supplies right here. I have some bright pink paper, watercolor paper, my paints, a cup, a paintbrush, a pencil, a scissors, and a glue stick. I bet you can't guess what we're gonna make, but I'm gonna show you. We are going to make a craft that looks just like this from our story of the week. The whole world being in bloom with love. Let's make it together. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take my cup, my blue cup. I'm going to put it right here in the middle of my watercolor paper, and that is going to help me draw a circle because the earth looks like a big circle, doesn't it? And I'm going to trace right around that cup. And then I'm going to put some water in my cup for my watercolors. But first, I'm going to cut out my circle that I made. See? I'm going to use my scissors and go all around where I traced. Sometimes you can cut very, very slow if you want to stay on the line. And this time I want to stay on the line, so I'm going to cut very, very slowly. And just move my paper around. And my scissors stays in the same place as I very gently squeeze. I'm almost done. There we go. How did I do? It looks pretty good. Let's do the next. Now I have put a little bit of water in my blue cup and I've got my paints out. My paints are very old because they belonged to my grandpa, and I love using these paints when I create our stories of the week. And now I'm going to use it for our craft. Well, we're going to paint the earth, but we're not going to be too careful about it. I'm going to use a little bit of green paint first, and I'm just going to sort of guess about where the continents are on the earth. The continents are the parts of the earth that is land. There we go. Now I'll put a little bit more down here. We're going to have 4 different parts of green earth showing for our continents. And they don't have to be perfect because we're just making an art project today. And we just want it to be fun. So first I have my green. Here's one part of green and another little piece of land below it. That's another continent. Now I'm going to go onto the right side of my paper over here. And I'm going to make 2 more right over here. There's one. Watercolors are fun because they're easy to use. And they look so pretty. And you can always wash them if you get them on you. Now, I'm going to make one more continent right down here below this one. There we go. What do you think I need to put in the center of my earth? What is going to join all those continents together? That's right, water. I'm going to need to put in the ocean. Now I'm going to use 2 different colors of blue. First I'm going to use a dark blue, and I'm going to paint all of my white space. Ooh, that's a pretty color, blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors. I always say that my favorite colors are blue like the sea and the sky and yellow like the sunshine. Sometimes you can add extra water to your paint when you're using watercolors, and it will spread the paint around much easier. There we go. I like how that looks. Now I'm going to add some of my lighter blue. There we go. That looks pretty. I'm going to put a little bit more of the dark blue just on the edges over here. Right around where it meets the land. There is our little earth. Now I'm going to set it aside while we do the next part to dry. In our story today, our seeds of love were hearts, and they grew into flowers that looked sort of like dandelions made out of hearts of love. So what I'm going to do is use my pink paper. I'm going to fold it. I have several sheets of pink paper together so that I can make lots of hearts at once. I'm going to fold it in half and take my scissors and cut. I'm going to start with, looks like a circle, and then I'm going to make a straight line till it comes down to a point, just like that. And do you know what's going to happen when I open it up? It's a heart. And because I had a couple pieces of paper together, I have 2 hearts. Now I'm going to cut out several more. Start out with a big round part and then bring it to a point. There I have 2 more hearts. Isn't that fun? I love making hearts. One more here with a big round part and a very sharp point. 2 more hearts. And now I'm going to cut one more out. Here I go with my big round part and my sharp point. There it is. 2 more hearts. Let's count the hearts we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that'll be enough hearts to make our beautiful world of love in bloom. Now comes the fun part of gluing our hearts onto our world here. So I'm going to turn over my little earth picture, and I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to put glue all around the edges, around the one edge actually, of my circle. I've got plenty of glue on there. I can start adding my hearts. I'm just going to glue the very tip onto the edge. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do each side over here first. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There, let's turn it over. Look at that. The whole world is blooming with love. I love what we made together. It's beautiful. I'm going to put it on my refrigerator, and every time I see it, I will think of you and how we made it together. And I will also think about and imagine what the world would be like with all of us sharing the love inside of our hearts with each other until the whole world is blooming in the love of God. I love you. Thank you so much for coming to the Playhouse with me today, and I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me in the Playhouse today. If you've enjoyed Mrs. Belky's Seeds of Sonship, please also subscribe on YouTube and join us for more stories, lessons, and songs. Can't wait to see you there.